All right, this is my 6-month review on JK Super Duty boots. Got some other boots lined up here. First of all, what I do for a line of work, you see a tree truck in the background. I own a tree service, and we do tree removal, tree trimming all across the state of Indiana, the Midwest. And prior to that, I was a full-time mechanic, and that's what I spent most of my time doing. So I have a background of being an automotive mechanic. I am 27 years old. I've been working since pretty much 14, 15 years old, and I've been wearing boots since about 14 years old. I'm a rather big dude. I'm 5'11", but I weigh 300 plus. Currently working on that. But yeah, so for the past 6 months of owning these JKs, I have weighed about 315 to 330. It varies. So keep that in mind. I'm a very heavy guy on these boots. And I kind of want to start off with where things started for me. Living in the Midwest in Indiana, like a lot of you may know, it's always been kind of cowboy boots. You go down to Tractor Supply, you pick them up. This is only 3 pairs that I still have. I don't really keep my boots anymore. I get rid of them, throw them out. I used to hold on to them, and then one day I asked myself why I was doing that. So these 3 pairs I still have. I've probably went through 15, maybe 18 pairs of boots throughout my work career, honestly. I go through a pair anywhere, depending on what they are, every 6 months. Some of the pairs I'd go through in 6 months, and then some of them will last 8 to 10. Never really got a pair to last a year. So all of these boots right here, these are Ariats. I found that these would last a lot longer. No, this isn't a review for them. I just want to show you the issues I have. These will last a lot longer. That's why I got 2 of the same pair. I have a real issue with blowing out the sides. I have right ankle issues, and actually I could have surgery on my ankle. Just was speaking with my doctor about that potentially in the future of having ankle surgery. I've got a fractured ankle bone and a ligament that has torn probably over 10 times and regrown, and so my right ankle's very unstable, and I walk to the right, as you can also tell in how all my boots wear. So what that leads to is I end up blowing out boots, and I've always had slip-on boots. It's the only thing I ever knew. I would have tons of foot pain, tons of ankle pain. I would always blow out the right boot. Very rarely would I blow out the left boot on the stitching. It was always the right boot. Boom, blown out. Look at this. See this? That is very common. I would blow out my right boot. I'd wear them all the same, the right heel off to the right. And then the last pair I bought these more as a dress boot. They turned into a work boot. These were double H's. I will say I wore these things doing tree work for probably 10 or 11 months. They held up the best, way better than JK's. I'll say that. But you can see, I'm just sorry, I just said way better than JK's. That is incorrect. Way better than Ariats. They hold up way better than Ariats, not my JK's by any means. You can actually see how my foot bulged out. That's where the side of my foot came in, where my pinky toe literally bulges over the edge, and it causes me to roll my ankles. And these ended up wearing so bad that I would roll my ankle. And the problem is all these things are double wides. They're all double E's. I would always buy the widest boot I could find in store. Sorry if this video takes a little. We're about 4 minutes or so. So when I was a professional mechanic, about 7 years ago or so, I saw advertisements for JKs, and I kept seeing JK, and I was like, and I kept thinking about getting a pair for mechanicking, because the promised back support, the promised no foot pain, the most comfortable pair, and I just never wanted to bite the bullet and pay the $600+ for a pair. Anyhow, I finally did about 6 months ago. What caused this was, like I was talking about, my ankle got real bad to the point of almost needing surgery, which we're talking about now with my doctor. and I knew I needed a pair of boots so I could keep working every day, because my work life looks like loading that dump trailer by hand with 150, 200 pound rounds of wood, walking all day, in the bucket, running ropes. I mean, just everything involving in a tree service. And I still do all the automotive repair on all of our equipment. So these things have seen shop use, been covered in oil, tranny fluid. They have been in the woods. They have been in yards. They've been everywhere. And keep in mind, 300 plus pound man, 6 months, worn them daily. I will be the first to say that they literally have been a life changer. Nobody's paying me to say this. Literally have changed my life. I have never had a pair of boots so comfortable in my life. From day one, these boots were insanely comfortable, and they had a break-in period for sure. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, there's no break-in period. I've never had another Pacific Northwest pair of boots, so they might break in faster than other ones, but I still experienced a break-in period of probably about, I'd say, a month. It was real bad for the first 2 weeks. After that, it was pretty good, but about a month before I stopped having hot spots. Anyway, so when I ordered these, I wanted to show this. This is their sizing guide. You print off online. I followed their sizing guide. It came out perfect. For me, it was an 8.5 5E. Everything else I got here is a 10 double wide. So completely different size. JK uses their own sizing. I'll say just trust the paper they send you. Trust the process. Measure it out correctly. This was the first boot I have ever ordered that was wide enough for my foot. I got really short feet and wide feet. If you see, there's not a lot of mushrooming. I mean, there is. I'm not going to lie. But if you look at it from the bottom of the boot, it's not outside the sole. The issue I was having before is sorry, that's not even the right foot. I don't have that issue on the right foot. I don't have that issue on the left foot. I have that issue on my right foot. It's a right foot issue. See how much that's bulged out? I was rolling my ankle in all of these so many times because I'd blow that one out. So these were actually wide enough, which was insane. And my foot didn't walk around in them. It was amazing. I can't even explain how much he's changed my life. Like, the longest I spent in them, I was moving my mother across country, and I think it was 27 or 28 hours before I realized I never took my boots off. And I got to end of 28 hours or so, and I never even realized that my boots were on. Like, I never thought about it. These boots, I can't wait to get those off after about 6 hours. These, I can go all day and come home, kick my feet up on the chair, feed the wood stove, and like just relax and forget to take them off. Just enjoy my evening with my wife and realize that I still got the boots on cooking dinner, So they look so good because I just oiled them, cleaned them. I'm going to start off with an overview, kind of show you what they look like after 6 months. We'll get to these extended tongues in a second, or kilties as you call them. But inside, no holes on the tongue on the inside. Absolutely no blown out seams. All the stitching looks great. Like, these are the most solid boots I've ever owned in my life. Like I said, I normally blow out boots like this. This is no joke, like 6 months. That's what I do in 6 months. This is 6 months. The most solid pair of boots I've ever owned in my life. The tread wear for a 300 plus pound man for 6 months. There it is. It is wearing off to the right as normal. I don't expect that to be different with this pair of boot. Same with this one. The whole point of this video, guys, is I'm just sharing my experience. I'm not a Pacific Northwest boot enthusiast. I don't know everything. I don't know all the companies. I decided to pull the trigger on a boot that looked like it would have more ankle support and help me out. And you know what? It's literally, when I say it's changed my life, I mean it's changed my life. So yeah, these were the Red X soles, the fire rated soles. It is not a fire inlander boot, but the Red X has just worn off. But yeah, so I actually brought old Kilties from my automotive days. This is a tread depth gauge by Matco Tools for tires. I don't see anybody doing this, so we're going to do this. Right here, boom. Looks like we got 4 30-seconds of tread in the center, 9 30-seconds of tread on the heel or so. That's on the left boot. Let's look at the right boot. That's the one I'm heavy on. 5 30-seconds on the center. About 8 30-seconds on the heel. So yeah, I did not take measurements on what they were brand new, so I don't have comparisons. I'm sorry. But that is how much tread after 6 months of daily wear on concrete, gravel, yards, shop work, tree work. I think that's pretty freaking good. I don't think I'll have to resole these, but for probably I'd say I probably get through a whole year before I resole them. Okay, so now that I've talked them up, I'm going to share my few complaints. My first complaint is very, very, very minor. And that's when I first received them. It was a flaw. Felt like maybe quality control could have caught this. Maybe it's something that, can't be caught. But the only thing was right here when they do the sanding on the heel, they missed like this point, and it wasn't quite, even with this side, and they missed it on both boots. I didn't really complain. You could see right there that point. Yep. Anyway, they just didn't sand those very well. That is it. That's not even a real complaint. I'm just being as honest as I can be with this review. And that was something that I saw that I thought maybe quality control missed. Why do I have the long Kilties? This is for the big guys. This is the original Kilties. I just took them out. I've not worn these yet, so I can't give a review on them. I just put them in with the oil today. That's how tall the original ones used to be. I have very large calves. That's why I've always worn boots like this. That's what made me afraid of wearing boots like this, because I've always been afraid of a lace-up boot choking my calf. I mean, I got shorts on. It's cold. It's December. But I got big calves. I'm a big dude. A lot of the guys that run these, loggers, a lot of guys are smaller, typically, that I see that wear this style boot. And when they lace these together, they're able to triple fold this middle tongue, and the two outsides of the uppers are literally almost able to come together. That's not the case. I get that much fold, and that's how close mine is, right there. Fully laced up, because my calves are so big. So these little guys stopping here, I would get lacing pressure on the front of my calf. I got used to it, but I always wanted to change it. And I've also been afraid of wearing a hole through this because there's so much exposed lace across here. So these are actually Buck and Billy Ray Kilties. It's got a couple different logos on there. I think they were like 26, 28 bucks or something. With the mustache. Wanted to try a different style because nobody in the Midwest wears stuff like this, so why not? So I'm going to try that out and see how that works. I can't speak for that, but my belief is when we come together, there's going to be less pressure on my shin, and there's going to be less lacing pressure on this very soft leather here, and I want to protect that as long as I can. So that's why I went with longer Kilties. But besides that, these hands down have been the best boots I have ever bought, ever owned. I can get to the end of the day and have no ankle pain. Keep in mind, I'm a 300-pound man, 300-plus pound man, with right ankle issues. So I went into these boots because I had ankle issues, because I actually needed ankle surgery. But I needed to keep working. I needed to keep running our business. I needed to keep things going. these boots saved me. I can honestly say that. They saved me in that area. And they kept me going, because these other boots, as you can see, I was just rolling my foot in them. I was rolling my ankle. I'd come home with ankle pain. I'd come home with back pain, lower back pain too. They claim that this heel helps with back pain. Not really sure why, but I can tell you this. I don't have low back pain at the end of the day, and I don't have ankle pain. Well, I can't say I don't have any. I do have some, but it's not nearly where it used to be. So anyway, this is Jacob Smith, and that's my JK Super Duty all black 6-month boot review. Maybe I'll try to get a 1 year in, see if I have a resole by then. But if you've been on the fence, I'll tell you this, it was the best thing I ever did. Kind of kicking myself that about 7 years ago I didn't do it. I would 100% have worn these as a mechanic in a shop, even with the heel. I might have done the honey sole. I know they wear faster, but that might have been a little more forgiving on concrete. But that would probably be the only difference. I would have transitioned a lot earlier in life. Once I started wearing these, I was really like, I don't know why I haven't been wearing this style of boot a lot longer. I don't know why. I don't even really grab these anymore unless I'm grabbing firewood or just running outside. I don't even want to wear tennis shoes. I can go a whole day wearing flip-flops or tennis shoes, and my ankle hurts, my right ankle that I have issues with. I wear these all day, no ankle pain. Well, that is my 6-month review. Let me know if that helped you guys out, and I hope it helps somebody else out. Thank you.